Hey, what up YouTube? This is Assailant Team Legion. Today I'm going through a very quick deck profile of a deck I took to a regionals in Madison, Tennessee on April the 30th. I went 4-3 with it, placed 50th, so I didn't do too well with it, but this deck can certainly do good things in the right hands and with some luck, a little bit of luck. And pot of dualities, of course, but you know, that helps every deck. And I'm going to go through real quick. So, first of all, you got 3 Swap Frogs. These things are your engine. You can summon them for a tribute for Deep Sea, and you can use them to ditch your Treeborn or your Rodent Toad into the grave. And then they can pop themselves back to their hand, which is their little safe place. 2 Treeborn. Nice shiny Treeborn right there. These things are tribute fodder. They are great tribute fodder. Swap Frog gets you to the grave fast. 1 Rodent Totem, because you really only need 1, because you only need 1 shot with Deep Sea. But he's a good thing for Swap Party Ditch. And then Dupe Frogs with Sanga-like ability that will get you any of your Froggy monsters. Not to mention, 2 as defense. These are great cards, great search cards to run a deck 2 of. Next, after that, we got 2 L&D Dragons. These things are good tribute summons when you don't have your Deep Sea. They are able to draw out their opponent's bottomlesses, their warnings, and still last. Good thing about this is it draws your opponent's warnings, and warning still destroys, so you still get the special summon. Anyway, great card to run. Run 2 of. 3 would probably be too many. Then Gores and Tragodia. Fast, quick summons. Gores is a great card in a deck that usually has no back row and rarely any monster, so no reason you shouldn't run Gores in the deck if you can. Tragodia is a good quick summon. Kind of a tech 2 Snowman Eater. These things, Night Vision Defense, which will last a while in today's format. Not to mention its effect is just amazing. Gets the opponent's Sheehan down right there. Next, the OTK part of the deck, which is in essence what you're trying to achieve. 3 Oystermeister. These things are how you really keep fueling your OTKs, because when they're sent from the field to the grave, except by battle, you get an Oyster token. So when they sent to the field to the grave with a Synchro Summon, you get an Oyster token. And that's how you keep fueling your Synchro Summons. So, definitely need to run 3 of this deck, no less. 3 Fishborg. These things are really your win condition. I had one of my opponents change his appearance, my 3 Fishborgs, and needless to say, I certainly lost that one, because he killed the win condition. These things are the tuners to get everything started, and they're great cards to use in this deck. You can formula almost every turn with that in Treeborn, so definitely want to run 3 of as well. 3 Super Agents. Don't run less than 3 of these either, because these are your OTK thing. This is what you're trying to get out and to be able to achieve your OTK with. So definitely run 3 of those. Great card to run. Also, with Super Agent Deep Skin Quellicant, I'll give a tip to any people who want to try this deck. Always, if you can, play with a Fishborg on the field at the same time, which is relatively easy to get out with a tribute fodder if you have one in the grave already. Reason being, its second effect, which is almost never used, can stop Effect Veiler. If it's targeted by Spell Trap or Effect Monster's effect, well, you can tribute another fish type to negate that effect. So, Effect Veiler, which is a large problem if you clear your opponent's back row, it's a definite problem, or a fear if you clear your opponent's back row. They might still have Effect Veiler in their hand. Its ability will get rid of that. So if you can, play the Fishborg on the field at the same time. Next, Magic Lineup, Moray Breed. All this is draw power, because you're trying to draw through your deck fast and get those Giant Grenade and Super Agent. 3 Gold Sark, same reason. It searches out specifically, and generally it's fast enough. Sometimes it turns out not to be fast enough, just not fast enough, but generally it is. 3 Enemy Controller, because you can tribute your own opponent's monsters, not to mention help stall your opponent for a while with its second effect, or actually first effect, sorry. And you can pull some nasty things with these and Treeborn by, when Treeborn comes out during the semi-phase, drop it from your hand, take one of your opponent's monsters, still during the semi-phase, Treeborn comes out again. So you lose nothing but a -1 from your hand and gain a -1 from your opponent's field and +1 in yours, so what's not to like? Then a text card, Pod of Avarice, because I found if your OTK fails, you can fill up the grave fast, and is a great draw power card. Next, because your biggest thing you're looking for is back row hate. 2 MSTs, 1 Giant Grenade. Giant Grenade is generally the card you'll be looking for, but 2 MSTs helps as well. Then some basic stuff, Monster War and Dark Hole. Then the two traps done. Because I don't have 3-potted duality. These things help quite a bit to keep your opponent's D-prisons, mirror forces, solemn warnings all face down. So good to go to run. I wouldn't run 3 of, run 2 of. And that's the deck. Go through the extra deck real quick. And so I'll be pretty quick. 3 formula, you need 3. You cannot run less than 3 because you can go into these every turn, and you need at least 2 of them to fuel your OTKs. 1 Colossal, 2 Army Arms. This is part of the Colossal Army Arm loop, which I'll show in a later video. And you definitely need to run 2 Army Arm. 1 Brionic, 1 Sea Dragon Lord Gilshadon, hardest pronounced synchro name ever. Anyway, these things are part of the other OTK, which I'll also show in a later video. And we're on one of, I'm thankful Darkwing Duck for letting me borrow his Brio. 1 Magical Android for 5 stars. You can get out with the Frogs and Fishborg. BRD to reset the field. Scrap Dragon, because he's a great thing to go in and blow up your Frogs. Barely count. You barely do anything by blowing at Frogs, but you get to blow up with your opponent's monsters. An RDA for any defense-heavy decks. 1 Stardust Dragon, because you should always run 1 Stardust. And, to complement that, 1 Shooting Star, because it's hilariously easy to get out. And a very good card. And then 1 Mistworm, because if you are able to get this guy, you're gonna need him, and he can help your deck quite a bit. Next, and lastly, I'm gonna go through my side real quick. Shouldn't take too long, I hope. And I don't generally do sides, but just because this is a regional deck, I thought I probably ought to. Because side is definitely a part of how you win games. First of all, Chromatic Forces Dragon for KMPP, KMP, and Machina Gadgets. 3 Cyber Dragon, 3 of them. 3 Cyber Dragon, also thanks to Darkwing Duck. 3 Cyber Dragon for Machina, any machine type kind of matchups, KMP or Machina Gadgets. Also, I would side 2 against Samurais due to the fact that I was using 3 Puppet Plants against them, and if I take their Sheen, I want to be able to tribute that turn. So, 3 Puppet Plants, also useful against Gravekeepers. Other card used against Gravekeepers, Malevolent Catastrophe, which is the new version of Heavy Storm. Not to mention, you can wipe your it's great against your Goonie, because you wipe all their equipped dragon cards, so great card to run, especially in a non-trap heavy deck in the least. Some tech sides. 2 Penguin Soldier. I almost always sided these things out my Stonemaners for these 2 things, and these things work magnificently. They stall 2 monsters off your opponent's side of the field for a turn, and they stop a whole lot. Great against in the synchro heavy meta we have today. 1 Torrential, which is because you can Torrential a Treeborn and nothing pretty much happens, or Torrential any of your Froggies and you don't care too much about losing them to the grave, because they'll just come back somehow. 2 Divine Wrath, primarily against Herald matchups, but they help against Fable, they help against all sorts of things. So 2 of those is a great thing to side. And that is all. Feel free to try out the deck if you want. Please comment down below, subscribe up above, and I will shortly be posting another video with the OTK, 2 basic OTKs for those that are interested in trying this deck. So just comment, critique down below, and subscribe up above to our channel, because you'll get tons of great videos you'll get tons of great videos to all sorts of stuff here. And this will be Assailant out.